Hello, hello, Dr. Amanda Barrientos, founder of ABI Coaching here. Today, I want to talk to you about an incredibly important topic, and that is change. How do you change when you're ready to change? I've spent years of my life being interested in this topic. I didn't really know it when I was a kid, but it would lead me to coaching. But I used to avidly watch the shows where people would lose 100 pounds, and I watched the hoarding shows, and I was so interested in watching people change and what it meant for them to transform. I've had a lot of change in my own life. Some of you know my history. I was struggling in relationships. I've been on food stamps during graduate school to feed my kids and get through grad school. I was stuck in a really impoverished mindset where I thought I was forever going to be in survival mode and suffer. I worried every single day about money, every single day, hundreds of times. It was on my mind all the time, and I just thought it was not in my power to do anything about it. Then in grad school, for my dissertation research, I was really interested in transformation and change, and I ended up deciding to work with incarcerated men. So I did life history interviews with incarcerated men who were gang involved, and these guys had spent on average 18 years in prison, were gang involved, had very traumatic lives, like movie style trauma, where they were carrying weapons at 10 years old, doing drugs, severe abuse, all kinds of really challenging backgrounds, where you would think that they would walk out with the mindset that they're victims, men don't always think they're victims, but with the mindset that the world is against them and that they don't have the power to change. And I actually got to spend time with them, asking them questions about their life and asking them about the process of change, because when I got to interview them, they were in a program working toward rehabilitation. So they were learning new skills in order to change. Then as a coach, I've done a ton of reading on mindset and habits, and I've worked with people time and time again who are able to transform from where they are now to where they want to be. And I'm fascinated by this process. I read and read and read, and I practice everything on myself. And what I've found to be true is that no matter where you are, who you are, what your history has been, severely traumatic all the way to uber privileged, the process of transformation is the same. And that process is what I have used as 3 words that I've used in my coaching and with myself for years. And that's inspire, transform, empower. What that means to me is that you have to have a critical moment where you go, I am tired of the life I have right now. I'm tired of being poor. I'm tired of being stuck. I'm tired of being whatever it is for you, overweight, disconnected in relationships, not liking my career. The list goes on and on. You have to have a critical moment where you go, I've had enough and I'm deciding to change. So there's this decision that has to happen. And I saw this in the guys I interviewed, and I've seen it in myself and in my clients. When they decide to access coaching, it's because they have that moment like, I'm stuck and I want to be unstuck, and I need the tools and I need the support and I need someone to challenge me to grow. But they had to have that critical moment, a shift in their mindset where they decide, I'm worth focusing on. I'm worth making the change, and I'm ready to do what it takes. So it's a mindset shift, and that inspirational belief that you can do it, that you can change, that you can have more, that you can be more is critically important. Then the transform part actually has to do with habits. You've got to pick up and adopt the habits that will get you where you want to go. Sure, you can have the idea, but if you don't put yourself in daily consistent action, you're not going to get where you want to go. And I must emphasize it's the daily consistent action, the consistency. You've got to learn, you've got to grow, and you've got to put what you're learning into action. I always say knowledge in action is power. So if you want to empower yourself, the last step of this process, you've got to shift your mindset, decide to make a change, learn new skills, put them into action, and then you get to be empowered, whatever that looks like for you. I like to talk about thriving. To me, thriving is a beautiful word because it's you blossoming, it's you flourishing, it's you maxing your potential. So those are all the words I use in my coaching process and coaching practice, and the reason why is because they're powerful. Anytime I'm feeling like I don't want to do something, I'll say, inspire, transform, empower. Do it now. I know the process. I trust the process. I've seen it work. I've researched it for years. I spent several hundred hours understanding men who you would think could never get unstuck, and they were in the process of change. It's the same for everyone, and I know if I can do it, you can do it. So I want you today, your call to action is to get inspired, to have the belief that you can change. Assess your life and your business, your career, your relationships. Where are you unhappy and feeling stuck? I want you to make a decision of who you want to become and believe that you can do it. I want you to start daydreaming about who you can become, the life that you want to create, the business you want to create, because you only get this one life. Do it. Don't wait. Life is short. Make it happen. Then learn everything you can. There's books about mindset. There's books about habits. There's books about money, relationships, career, everything. You can hire a coach. You can go to therapy. You can do all kinds of things to change your life, but you've got to adopt a new identity of a person who's willing to do the work and is a person who is interested in growing and improving on a constant basis. Then you get to be empowered, and then you get to thrive. You got this. I believe in you. I want you to believe in you and take action to have a better life and career. Actually, not better, a thriving life and career. So get inspired to do whatever it takes to transform into the most empowered version of yourself so you can lead a thriving life. I'll see you next week with another Max Potential tip.